Hi, fellow preachers. This is Barry Davis, and I want to share with you today 5 reasons to consider using the lectionary. I've got to admit, I didn't use the lectionary for many years, in fact, several decades, and I knew about it. I was aware of churches and ministers that used it successfully, but for some reason, I just resisted the idea. But now that I've been using it and looking into it a lot more, I realize what a valuable tool it can be if it's used correctly. So very quickly here, I'm going to give you 5 reasons for you to consider using the lectionary in your ministry if you're not using it now. And if you are using it, maybe I'm going to give you a few reasons you hadn't really thought of before. The first reason is this: it supports new preachers. For new or less experienced pastors, the lectionary can serve as a vital support system. It reduces the pressure of having to select a passage each week, and it provides a framework they can lean on while growing in their preaching skills. It also introduces them to a broad range of scriptural themes which can help build their biblical knowledge and understanding. With the lectionary, you will never wonder what you're preaching next Sunday. The second reason is it gives you a full spectrum scripture experience. You know how we all have our favorite books and verses in the Bible. We have our hobby horse doctrinal issues too that we really like to park on, and while we might not realize it, sometimes we're spending an inordinate amount of time on those. Well, using the lectionary prevents us from getting stuck in our favorite spots. It ensures that we are covering everything from Genesis to Revelation over a 3-year cycle. That's like taking a grand tour of the entire Bible. It gives you a chance to introduce lesser-known books or passages to your congregation and open up fresh perspectives. A third reason is this: it's like a roadmap for your sermons. Here's the thing. The lectionary is kind of like your GPS for preaching. It lays out a clear path for your sermons throughout the year. It takes the guesswork out of sermon planning. And if you're used to preaching in a series, try planning a sermon series based on the lectionary readings. It will give your sermons a sense of continuity and purpose. And if you need to go away from the lectionary for a week or two, no harm is not done. You're not stuck with this. The fourth reason is this: you get a healthy serving of biblical teaching. Just like we need a balanced diet to stay physically healthy, we need a balanced intake of different scriptures for our spiritual health. The lectionary makes sure we're not just sticking to the desserts of the Bible, but getting our spiritual proteins and grains as well. Encourage your congregation to follow the lectionary in their personal Bible reading for a well-rounded spiritual nourishment. And then here's the fifth reason: linking the sermons to real time. The lectionary aligns with the seasons of the Christian liturgical year, so your sermons won't feel out of sync with what's happening in the wider Christian world. You're celebrating Advent, Christmas, Lent, Easter, and Pentecost, along with millions of other believers. And a practical tip here is to tie in local or world events with your sermons where possible, making the biblical narrative resonate even more with your congregation's everyday life. At Lectionary Link, we offer you a very detailed sermon outline based on the lectionary every single week, absolutely free. In addition, we offer a suggested call to worship and pastoral prayer, again, at no cost to you. So we invite you to stop by today and see what we have to offer. And I think you're going to discover that you really like lectionary preaching.